What's going on, guys? Larry Brown here at the Bellevue Bicep Shop, Rexius Nutrition in beautiful Bellevue, and we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, and we are talking about putting on muscle, putting on size as we progress into the fall and winter months. So I'm going to just touch on a couple of things. One, I'm going to touch on food selection. Two, I'm going to touch on how you should train. And number three, I'm going to talk about a couple of different products that can help you. So the first thing I'm going to say about food selection, I'm not going to get into calories in, calories out. I'm not a diet guy. Most of our staff aren't diet people. We're like the government. We can track that out and other people take care of it and they tell us what to eat and we go on about our merry way. But in regards to selecting foods in which you can use to gain size, that's pretty simple, okay? So we're gonna go with the old Midwest diet kind of steak and taters. So you wanna look at complex carbohydrate sources such as red potato, white potato. We're looking at yams, sweet potato. We're looking at jasmine rice. You get a big 20-pound bag from Costco and Walmart for around about 17, 20 bucks. And then for your protein selections, it's pretty standard fare. You're looking at steak, lean red meat, lean ground beef, lamb. Lamb is really good for size gaining. It's a little bit higher in the fat content, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Salmon, which is a very good fish that has a little bit of a fat content in it. When you do your chicken, obviously we are going to stick with chicken breast, but to add a little bit more calories to the chicken breast, throw on a little coconut oil, throw on a little more olive oil just to get that calorie count up so you're into a surplus. Because I know I said calories aren't my thing, but I just want to illustrate something. When you're trying to lose weight, you are burning more than what you're taking in calorie-wise. For weight gain, it's the inverse. You are taking in more than what you're using. So if we go with that, we want to use things that are calorically dense that'll help drive our body weight up. Now, how fast or how slow, that depends upon calorie numbers. Not going to get into that again, but those are some things that you want to keep in mind when you go to the grocery store. Oatmeal, another great complex carbohydrate. Just a lot of good things. Just get into reading the labels and stick to the outside of the grocery store and know the liquor section does not count as the outside. Stick to your produce, stick to your lean meats, and you'll be good to go. Now, training. All right, so this is the fun part. The main thing that you want to think about when you're training is you want to look at what you're doing now and how can you intensify it and how can you reduce the number of days in the gym. My sometimes training partner, you all may know him from time to time, Mr. Nick Langer, recently dropped his days down that he'll be training to around about 3 or 4. This is unprecedented for somebody that's advanced as he is. I don't think from our conversations he has ever done like a 3 or a 4 day split. He's been training around about 5-6 days a week for years. Well, why? Obviously, he's giving his body a rest and he's intensifying a lot of his training movements. So he's putting more energy into the exercises that work, the big exercises that work, and he's trying to grow and put on more size via a reduced workload but a higher intensity. So when you're trying to put on size, it's very important to pay attention to your intensity in the gym and also pay attention to the load that you're using on certain exercises. So we don't want to spend any more time in the weight room than what we're spending right now, right? We're spending a considerable amount of time working on our bodies. So let's look at some big bang for your buck exercises. Obviously for the legs, you're talking about squats. That's great. For some people that can't squat, then you want some type of machine squat, whether it be a hack squat, a pendulum squat, or some type of squat that has a back support. You're looking at leg press. You're looking at lying leg curl. You're looking at stiff leg deadlifts. Always think of your training as how will an exercise put on the most muscle in the least amount of time. And how can I work that exercise until it can't be worked anymore and just throw your intensity through the roof so you can spend less time in the gym and more time eating and analyzing your rest. Okay, so that's diet. Now, and that's training. I'm sorry, that's training. Now, as far as the products that we carry, there are a couple of different products that we carry. Specifically, they are weight gain powders. If you have an issue with taking in enough calories, which is something that certainly happens to the majority of us, these drinks will help supplement your daily caloric intake. When you find out how many calories you're supposed to take in, obviously you want to take in above that amount. These mass gainers can help you close that gap. So the suggested dosage of these weight gain powders are listed on the back, but it's usually around about 2 to 4 big scoops. That may be something that you want to do, or you may want to be able to cut it in half and just be able to slowly close that gap but not exceed it. That's something that you could do too. Quick Mass by Allmax is a very, very, very excellent product for weight gain. It's very popular with our high school and college kids to put on size, as well as Mutant Mass that we still have available. So those are 2 products that can help you put on weight in a relatively short or quick amount of time. Now, again, back to diet. If you're taking in enough calories, you won't really have the need for those type of weight gain powders or anything like that. In that instance, what I recommend is that you supplement with a protein powder, because depending upon how you make your ratios, you may be taking in the majority of your calories through carbohydrates. But if you're still lacking in protein, then you're not going to be rebuilding that muscle that you're breaking down in the gym. So if you're getting all the calories that you need from your food, then supplement with a protein powder, which is just straight protein, but very much lower in calories, so it won't send you into the stratosphere as far as putting on excess type of weight that you would with the mass gainer. All right, so you guys heard me ramble for about 7 minutes. I appreciate your time. These are some things that can help you put on size, especially for the young guys that are going back to school. You want to look completely transformed by Thanksgiving. Hey, look, I get it. Come in, see us, go to Bellevue, go to Center, go to Exarban, go to Maple, find out what products that we have, and then we can help you out. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be pumping out content on the regular. And also like and subscribe to our CEO's Now or Never podcast, where he will be having John Meadows as a guest this week. So until next time, this is Larry Brown signing off for Rexius Nutrition, and we will see you on the flip side.